Hello, everyone, and welcome to an historic WMMA 5 Pride FC show in episode 26, as it's our first show not in Japan, we're in America. This is American Bushido number 1 is almost underway. The weigh-ins have been done, the press conference has been made, as what an exciting time. We're branching out. As far as how this is going to go, obviously there's going to be more in the future. I'm not sure how many U.S. shows we're going to do per year. I'm assuming probably 2, maybe 3 or 4, who knows. Depends on really the size of the roster and whatnot. As always, look at the mail. As Ben Rothwell, we signed him. I believe we signed him to Rings. No, he's actually in Pride. Okay, so he's 6-2. He's 25th in the world in heavyweights, 18th in Pride. As he joins Roof Sport, as Masanori Suda left Barrestra. We extended Carlos Newton, Ricardo Arona, Guy Metzger, and Lyoto Machida. And then we signed Sergey Karaganov, as he is a savage. He's a savage. He was the M1 heavyweight champion as 23 years old, 6'4", Sambo boxing style. Of course, he's righteous. Of course, the Sambo style is a must, as he is going to be knocking motherfuckers out. That is for sure. And then re-signed Randy Couture from Rings. We brought him up. I'm thinking we're going to do a heavyweight Grand Prix 2004. But who knows? We might push it back a little later. I know we want to do, I want to do a welterweight Grand Prix to start off the welterweight division. We might do a lightweight division first, though. It's kind of... There's 3 different options for the Grand Prix we're going to do 2004. It's going to be either a heavyweight one, a welterweight one to debut the welterweight division, or we'll do a lightweight division. I think we're going to do a welterweight, though. That's probably what we're going to do. But we just, Randy Couture. We could do him and Big Nog, or anybody, really. We can, he's Randy fucking Couture. Goddamn man. So that's kind of where we're at on mail, as we'll go into the American Bushido show, as, the Side B finals, who's ever going to win between Sakuraba Miletic and Chuck Liddell Marcotte, and of course, they'll fight it out to see who takes on Quentin Rampage Jackson, to see who then will take on Vanderlei Silva, hopefully at the Shockwave show. We'll see, though. Fingers crossed. Heath Herring, Mark Coleman's our co-main. Pete Williams and Kevin Randleman. That's a big-ass heavyweight, former heavyweight champion Kevin Randleman taking on Pete Williams. As Oleg Takardov and Don Fry, Guy Metzger and Egan Inoue. And then our prelims, Lyoto Machida making his MMA debut, and Dennis Hallman and Alan Goes. How fun. Obviously, we don't really need to, talk about that, as both fighters are world-ranked super heavyweights. Heath Herring's 10th, Coleman is 11th. Coleman trains at Hammer House, which Herring is 1-0 against other current members of that team. Both have won their last majority of their fights by decision. Coleman 4 out of 5, Herring 3 out of 5. Betting lines have Heath Herring as a huge favorite, as we'll see what happens there. El Duro, Pete Williams taking on the monster Kevin Randleman. They have fought once before. It was the main event of UFC 23 Ultimate Japan 2, where Kevin Randleman won by unanimous decision. Obviously, that was before we did this mod and whatnot, as Pete Williams is won 3 of his last 5 fights by knockout. They're both world-ranked super heavyweights. Williams is 5th, Randleman 7th. Randleman trains at Hammer House, which Pete Williams is 2-0 against other current members of that team, and Pete Williams trains at Alliancetown, which Kevin Randleman is 2-1 against other current members of that team. We got Lone Paul here, supporting Pete Williams 1-6 with Kevin Randleman. Pete Williams can knock him out. That's, he does have the knockout power. We'll see with Kevin Randleman, though. Usually, it's decision, or maybe a TKO win, but I don't think he's going to knock him out. As the Iceman, Chuck Liddell taking on Nate the Great Marcotte. As Liddell's finished 3 of his last 5 opponents, Marcotte has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. Betting lines are going to have him as a big favorite, and he's going to have a significant weight advantage, 7-0. Nate Marcotte. I think it's a lot closer than what the Blurcast staff picks have it to be, but that's just me. As then the Gracie Hunter, Kazushi Sakuraba, taking on the Croatian sensation Pat Miletic. Sakuraba 1-6 of Pat Miletic. He'll have, even though Sakuraba's going to have the significant weight advantage, Pat Miletic has the betting odds favorite. We'll see what the Chuck Liddell Pat Miletic. That's basically Miletich is more of a welterweight, and you have Liddell is more of a light heavyweight. So that's kind of have to meet in the middle somewhere on that fight. That's going to be a crazy open weight. I'm hoping for Sakuraba Liddell, though. That's just kind of fingers crossed what we're hoping for. As the Russian Bear, Oleg Takratov, taking on the Predator Don Fry. There's, America, U.S. This has got 1984 written all over it. But here we have the Russian Bear taking on the Predator Don Fry. As the Sandman Mask, I didn't really talk about, the betting odds, or the Blurcat stat picks, rather. 5-2 with Takratov getting the advantage, and he'll have a significant weight advantage. As the Sandman Metzger taking on Egan Inoue, the opener of the main card. Inoue trains a Miletich fighting system, which Metzger is 0-1 against other current members of that team. Inoue's 14th in the middleweight division in Pride, which Metzger's 24th. Inoue hasn't won a fight since January of 2001. That's tough. Metzger's going to enjoy a significant weight advantage, plus a 10-inch reach advantage, and he's got the Blurcat stat picks, of course, when you have all that going for you. It's kind of a foregone conclusion, but they have Rich Paul. He is 2-5 on the Blurcat stat picks. As in the second of the two prelim fights, Dennis Allman, Superman Dennis Allman, taking on Alan Goes. Dennis Allman has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. Alan Goes hasn't won since May of 2001. As Alan Goes will enjoy a significant weight advantage. He had the draw with Newton, but he's got a significant weight advantage. He's going to have the 6-inch reach advantage, but it's not going to matter, though. Blurcat stat pick 6-1, in which Paul, again, supporting the underdog. And then Lyoto the Dragon Machida taking on Daniel Gracie. Pro debut for Lyoto Machida's first ever MMA fight. And he's probably going to squash Daniel Gracie. It is what it is. As a minus 490, plus 390, obviously karate background for Lyoto Machida. And a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu background, of course, for Daniel Gracie. And Steve Mazzagotti is our referee, right? We're going to have U.S. refs. That's going to be fun. As our judges, as we are underway. We start with the gloves. Gracie comes in looking for the takedown. He can't get past the sprawl. As now Gracie's looking for an opening to grapple without getting hit coming in. Machida throws a 1-2, but Gracie was equal to it. He seizes the chance and grabs Machida into a clinch, looking for the trip takedown. Machida blocks it, takes control of the grapple. Now he's looking to muscle him up against the ropes. He does so. There's a knee to the thigh. There's a knee inside the knee of Daniel Gracie. Now he gets another knee to the inner thigh. Another knee into the inside of the knee. Now a knee to the stomach, the side of the stomach. Another knee to the side of it. Just more knees to knees and hips now, just above the hip. As there's a foot stomp. Now his wrestling skills prevent Machida from throwing any knee strikes now. But he gets caught with a knee strike to the side of the stomach. And he's trying to prevent it. As Steve Mazzagotti breaks it up. Shoot takedown in. Man, it gets stopped. 0 for 2 on takedowns. Actually, no, I think 0 for 2 on takedowns. Might be 0 for 3. As Machida partially defends it, ends up popping on one foot while Gracie has a hold of the other one. As unable to complete the takedown, Gracie instead pushes Machida up against the ropes. As he's looking for the takedown, he gets it. He's taken down by the quick inside leg trip. As now he's got to pull guard. Gracie starts to work past the guard. He can't block it. As he's left pulling half guard. As now Gracie tries to pound on Machida, but now the blows only have any degree of power. As now uses an underhook to work some separation and quickly scrambles. Wasn't enough separation though, as Gracie's able to catch him, secure side control. This is not good. Then kind of saying that Lyoto Machida's gonna squash him. We're basically 6 minutes in this fight, and the 3:58 left, and it's been almost all Daniel Gracie. Besides the knees and the clinch, Gracie blocks Machida as he tries to transition the guard. Inside control, Gracie catches his breath just to throw a couple of punches to the body. Continue to throw a couple of punches to the body. Gracie blocks Machida as he tries to transition the guard. Fires away with punches, does little in the way of damage. Blocks attempt to pull guard. Looking to catch his breath, Gracie's content just to throw a couple of punches to the body. Machida tries to move the guard, but Gracie doesn't allow it. Gracie attempts to move the mount. He can't get it as he tries to transition the guard, but he can't do anything about it. Referee Mazzagotti breaks it up yet again. They both stand back up, taking a few gulps of breath. Gracie's giving the first hint. He's starting to tire a touch. Minute left in the first round. Machida moves in on Gracie, preparing to throw. Fails to find home his jab, but he lands a nice straight that lands hard. As Gracie looks like he was going to step in and grapple. Machida simply took the initiative first. As he fails to find home on the jab, but he scores the right cross. So now he's starting to slow down a touch, perhaps conserving a little energy. He can't hit a set up left jab and then scores with the right cross that landed hard. And he is retreating with that one. Daniel Gracie's looking punch drunk. He is in big trouble. Can he survive this first round now? And he gets knocked down there. Lands a big right hand. And Gracie is down. Looking for the hammer punches. Or the hammer fucking fist and some punches down. But that, he survives it. Daniel Gracie survives the first round. Obviously, Machida wins the round thanks to that knockdown. As we'll look at the fight metrics. It is, it's kind of close. You know, you have 16 to 22 on strikes, 1 to 4 on takedowns, 1 to 4 on ground passes, but obviously Machida has the advantage with the damage done with the knockdown. Daniel Gracie is going to have to either get a submission or, you know, somehow a knockout to win this fight now, as 5 minutes left in the fight, and right out of the gate, 10 seconds in the round, he catches Gracie with a crunching right hook, and there's another right cross that lands hard, as Gracie appeared to be going in close, but Machida took the initiative first. He lands a left hand and lands a spinning back kick to the chest. There's another big right hand with the jab. There's two low leg kicks as he can't connect with the jab, and another high, this time a high right kick to the side of the head. Somehow doesn't knock him out with that. 2 left jabs and the right cross. Yeah, Leo and Machida is just getting in this bag now. Fatigue is creeping in now. Machida is starting to move noticeably more slower now, as another crunching right hook. Halfway into the second round, there's a right roundhouse kick to the ribs after the left hand. And there's a jab. Fails to find home, and he hits Gracie with a beautiful uppercut. And there's the second knockdown of the round, of the fight rather, as quickly pounces, looking to rain down punches on the stunned Daniel Gracie. There's, several great shots are rocking him now. Mazzagotti's got to jump in and stop the fight. TKO win for Lyoto Machida. The Dragon gets his first win. That was really good. That could have been on the main card. That was a little bit more even than I assumed that was going to be, but Lyoto Machida thanks all of his sponsors for backing him, and also thanks his family, friends, supporters. He's delighted. Lyoto Machida says he's glad his first fight, he's glad he's got a win on his first fight, as that is just the start he wanted. As we have the last prelim fight, Superman Dennis Hallman, Alan goes, minus 230, plus 180, the Pit, taking on Brazilian top team. Wrestling Jiu-Jitsu background for Dennis Hallman, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background for Alan Goes. Alan Goes, he could be in deep shit here. If he loses here, he could be down the rings. But we'll wait and see. I have to really look at his record. I think he won, I'm trying to think. I think he, in May of 2001, and then, he lost. They had the draw, then he lost to Carlos Newman, but he might have lost to somebody else before then. If he did, this could be the last fight. Mazzagotti stays out there. Our judges, Dennis Hallman's going to give up at least 25 pounds. And that's the opening bell. They touch gloves. Goes, hits a jab, and it has no power behind it at all. Dennis Hallman throws a quick one, too, but doesn't land either blow. He throws a punch, but Goes was equal to it. There's looking for a rear leg trip, but Goes doesn't get it, and Hallman blocked it. As another fucking leg trip and another block. 0 for 2 on takedowns right out of the gate. Goes, tries to lock his legs around the waist of Hallman, wanting to pull him down the floor. It's no use, though. Hallman doesn't budge and instead takes control of the clinch, and now he's looking for a takedown. He gets it. Goes, gets the taken down. He can't stop it. He takes the back. Looking for a rear naked choke. He defends it well. Blocks an attempt to roll him off his back. Increases his control by applying a body triangle. Now he's got the body triangle locked in tight. But again, Alan Goes blocks the rear naked choke. Hallman fires away with punches, but Goes doesn't take any undue damage. Hallman lets Goes turn over to get out of the body triangle, as it allows him to easily get mounted now. As looking for an armbar out of the mount, Goes not only defends the armbar, but also stacks Hallman and hits several punches before gaining side control. That was a great job by Alan Goes. As now Goes looking to get the mount. He goes for the mount, but Hallman starts to scramble. The scramble ends up having Alan Goes pulling guard, losing out in the scramble. Halfway into the first round now, as Hallman's looking to get past the guard, is unable to pass the guard. As Goes uses his legs to push Hallman back and tries to secure for position, but Hallman is too quick though and grabs side control before Alan Goes gets up. He fires off a few punches and catches his breath. He blocks the attempt to pull guard, and side control Dennis Hallman catches his breath, can just throw a couple of punches to the body. Goes tries to transition to guard, but he can't manage it. Hallman attempts to an arm triangle from side control, but Goes defends himself well, and there's no danger there as he tries to move to guard, but Hallman doesn't allow it. Throws a few strikes, clearly slowing things down so he can catch his breath as he blocks an attempt to pull guard. Referee Steve Mazzagotti stands him back up. As I was I was like 9 minutes on the ground. Felt like it, at least 8 minutes probably. As Hallman lands a left jab, it goes and he steps back to avoid the right to the body. As again he lands the left jab, but he misses the big right hand. This follows up. A minute left in the first round. He lands a left hand, then scores the right cross. As Goes wants to grapple, but is clearly wary of his opponent striking. As Hallman can't connect with the jab, and then lands the right hand, and that's the end of the first round. You have to give that to Dennis Hallman, as that was pretty much all him. It's 1-for-1 on the takedown. He had the back the whole way. Was in control of the entire fight. He couldn't get any submissions going, but still, the punches landed and whatnot. Yeah, Dennis Hallman with the advantage. 5 minutes left in the fight. Our second round, he lands a left hand and scores the right cross as he fails to find home on the jab, but he hits a nice straight right hand. And again, he can't hit the step left jab, but then he scores the right cross and lets fly with a verbal barrage of trash talk. Hopefully, Dennis Hallman speaks Portuguese. As Hallman closes the distance, obviously looking to strike. As Goes appear to be going to try and get in close, but Hallman took the initiative first. He hits a left jab and then catches Goes with a low kick to the front leg. Throws a quick one too, but doesn't land either blow. He can't connect with the jab and then Goes with straight right. As Hallman now starting to slow down a touch of perhaps conserving a low energy. As a jab is wide from Hallman, and he catches Goes with a crunching right hook. As Goes looked like he was going in to step in and grapple, but Hallman simply took the initiative first. As he lands 2 left hands and then catches Goes with a crunching right hook. Goes is hurt. The blow seems to have broken his nose. Judging by the blood, that is not good. As it's going to make breathing a lot tougher now. Tire him out quicker. Halfway into the round now, as he staggers backwards, looking dazed. That last blow, the broken nose blow, must have really rocked him. As he tries to finish him off with a huge right hook, but it just misses. 2 jabs hit home from Hallman, and hits a nice straight right hand. He lands a left jab and finds nothing but air with the big right. There's a left jab, and he catches Goes with a crunching right hook. A left hand, and then there's a straight right. Alan Goes is just getting fucked up at this point. A minute left in the fight. Can he survive it? He hits a left jab and hits a nice straight right hand. Dennis Hallman can't connect with the jab, and he scores with the right cross. Connects with 2 left hands, and then lands a left hand to the body, and that is the end of the fight. 5 metrics. Alan Goes did nothing but get his ass kicked that whole second round. Obviously, an decision for Superman. Dennis Hallman going to make it 23-4. Alan Goes going to be 6-3. Yep. There you go. Superman Dennis Hallman with the unanimous decision win. Was rated decent. That makes sense. It was really one-sided in the second. Giving thanks, Dennis Hallman praises his team at the pit, his various sponsors, and the fans who came out to support him. Dennis Hallman says it was a tough fight and gives a show of respect to Alan Goes. As we open up the main portion of the show. Guy, the Sam A. Metzger versus Egan Inoue, both -110, so it's pretty close as far as that goes. The weight advantage and the fucking reach advantage, the 10-inch reach advantage, is going to help Guy Sam A. Metzger out tremendously. It's kind of crazy. I mean, Egan Inoue is 5'9", but I mean, it shouldn't be that crazy, a 10-inch reach advantage, but it is what it is. Their kickboxing background, Lions Den military fighting system. We'll see what happens. As Egan Inoue is 12-9. Guy Sam A. Metzger is 24-14-12. Steve Mazzagotti, the only referee on this card. Fucking third fight of the night for him to referee. As we have a left jab, but the leg kick that follows is easily caught by Inoue. So Inoue catches the leg kick, looking for the takedown now, but he just drives him up against the ropes, looking for a sharp trip. Can't get it though, as Metzger wrestles his way into a dominant position. As he tries dirty boxing, but Inoue wrestles free, as then connects with a jab, but Inoue avoids the big right hand. As then a jab hits someone from Metzger, then he lands a right hand, and blood is visible on Inoue. A strike looks like an open uppercut just underneath his eye, as he can't hit the setup left jab, and then he catches Inoue with a right kick to the head, as Inoue uses the left jab while backing away now, as he hits a left hand but misses when he attempts to the body afterwards. A defensive jab hits home from Inoue, as a Metzger lands a left hand and then hits a nice straight right hand, as Inoue may have been aiming to get in close, but Metzger aggressively took the initiative, as Metzger hits a left jab and hits Inoue with a beauty of a straight right, as he can't hit a set of left jab, and then lands a big right hand, as Metzger can't connect with the jabs, then he hits a nice straight right that lands hard. Another jab is wide from Metzger, then he hits another nice straight right hand that lands hard. He lands 2 left hands, can't connect with the head kick. Inoue may have been aiming to get in close, but Metzger aggressively took the initiative as Metzger fails to find a home first jab and then hits Inoue with a beauty of a straight right as we pass the halfway mark of this round, as Metzger connects with a jab and doesn't hit with a leg kick that follows. With Inoue bleeding, referee Steve Mazzagotti pauses the fight to check in on the cut, as it's not a fight ender, Jesus, as we're back underway, as Metzger hits the left hand and he can't connect with the head kick, comes in looking to strike, the jab hits home from Metzger, then he scores with the right cross that landed hard. Metzger's still moving well, but he's definitely breathing a little deeper now, hits the left hand, but he can't connect with the right to the body, as he lands a jab, then lands a vicious right cross, and he is knocked out with that one. Not getting out of the first round. Guy, the Sandman Metzger, lays him out to sleep. He's taking some Z's now, is Egan Inoue, as he is 12-10, 25-14-2 for Guy, the Sandman Metzger. Wins by knockout and is rated good. Hell yeah. As giving thanks, Guy Metzger praises his team at Lions Den, his various sponsors and the fans who came out to support him. He praises Inoue for the tough fight. As the Russian Bear, Oleg Takratov, taking on the Predator Don Frye, 17-9-2, a Sambo Judo style from the Lions Den, as Don Frye, 12-4, wrestling boxing background, doesn't have a team, plus 270, 36-37 years old, just a couple of dads. Steve Mazzagotti, bless you, sir. As our judges, fight begins. They start with a touch of gloves. Frye fails to find a home on his jab, but he lands a big right hand. As he can't connect with the jab, then hits a crunching straight right to the jaw, and he knocks him out with that one. Fuck yeah, the Predator Don Frye knocking out Oleg Takratov with that one, as he gets the quick win, 25 seconds into the first round. And Jesus, that's a USA fucking win. Huge. I'm sure that wherever we're at in this venue in California, I want to say the Cow Palace, the fucking place imploded, as he name checks all of his sponsors and he thanks all of his fans for supporting him. Don Frye proved to be a charismatic interviewee. Hell yeah. As now, on to tournament action, as the Gracie Hunter, Kazushi Sakuraba, goes head-to-head with the Croatian sensation Pat Miletic, as we'll see, 11-4-1 with no contest for Sakuraba, a 27-5-2 record for Pat Miletic. Catch wrestling, boxing background, Takada Dojo, Miletic fighting systems, plus 270 for Sakuraba, minus 340 for Pat Miletic, both 35 years old. As we'll see what happens here. We already know that. Herb Dean, our referee. Here we go. We get somebody else. As we have our judges, of course, and we're underway. As two fighters stand and trade strikes. Neither land a significant blow in the exchange. Miletic closes the distance, obviously looking to strike. As Sakuraba backing off, hits a weak left hand. A jab hits home from Miletic, and then lands a right hand. As they stand and trade, but all these shots are either off target or safely dealt with. Miletic acknowledges some instructions from his corner with a quick nod of the head and returns his full attention to the fight, as he can't connect with the jab and then hits Sakuraba with the right just to the side of the ribs. Coming close to get into the clinch, Sakuraba manages to aggressively get the good position in the clinch. He tries to wrestle Miletic backwards up against the ropes. He doesn't manage it though. Miletic defends it well. Using his wrestling skills, Miletic is trying to push Sakuraba up against the ropes. Can't move Sakuraba though, as the weight advantage there, finds himself being out-wrestled. As he uses a nice knee strike from the grapple and catches Miletic to the side of the stomach. As he's got the underhooks in, looking to take him down to the ground. He does so. A sweep of the legs is successful, and now Miletic has to pull guard as Sakuraba fires away with punches, but Miletic doesn't take any undue damage. Leans back to avoid a couple of wild swings of Miletic. Throws a few strikes with clearly slowing things down so he can think. Punches taken at Miletic, but they are easily taken on the gloves. Leans back to avoid a couple of wild swings with Miletic again. Looking to pass the side control. He allows the pass, but it's just a ploy to allow him to try to scramble. Sakuraba's up first and quickly grabs Miletic, pushing him up against the ropes. And now, got the double underhooks in, and then Greco-Roman slam there, as he's 2 for 2 on takedowns to Sakuraba. Side control, right out of the gate, halfway into the round, fires up a handful of punches, each easily being blocked with gloves. Tries to transition the guard, but can't manage it. Throws a few left hands to the body, as another few left hands, but as it takes a moment to plan ahead. Tries to move the guard, but Sakuraba doesn't allow it. He's looking to get in the mount. He defends, desperately tries to fight the mount, and they find themselves scrambling for his position. Scramble sees Sakuraba first, and again, wraps him up into the ropes. Looking for got the underhooks, and another takedown. trip takedown for Sakuraba. 3 for 3 on takedowns, trying to get in the mount. He loses the control of the mount momentarily. Scramble begins. Again, Sakuraba being back up first, pulling guard. Oh, no, Sakuraba's on his back, pulling guard. Wow, so Miletic is in control. 2 minutes left in the first round. Keeps Sakuraba guessing a few quick strikes. Gets pulled in tight, stopping him from posturing up and launching in the attacks. Tries to pound on Sakuraba, but all the blows are completely dealt with. As Sakuraba tries to insert an arm, as he fends it off, though, doesn't give up an arm. Throws a few strikes, but it's clear, slowing things down so he can think. He tries to get double underhooks in on Miletic so they can get some control, but can't get them. Pounds away with rights, but doesn't do much in the way of damage, and that is the end of the first round. 3 for 3 on takedowns. You have, the strikes are pretty close, 25 to 20, but with Sakuraba's takedowns and whatnot, and the ground pass, does have a ground pass. I gotta give this to Sakuraba. So that's, we're so far an upset for Sakuraba getting the win, as, you have, going into what could be, Sakuraba, Liddell, or even, Sakuraba and Marcotte, as, that's the bell. Final round begins. Miletic shoots in on Sakuraba to start off the round. He can't get past the sprawl, gets pushed down on his hands and knees, as he's preparing to throw a soccer kick to the body, but Miletic is able to spring back up. It did Sakuraba, clenched up, start jacking up for position. Sakuraba works his way to the dominant position, as, we have double underhooks. Sakuraba looking for another slam. He doesn't get it, though, so 3 for 4 on takedowns for Sakuraba, as Miletic blocks it. Can't keep control of Sakuraba in the grapples, as he's soon being pushed around. Underhooks against Sakuraba, looking for the takedown. He gets the sweep, as Miletic tries to pull guard. He's looking to get past the guard. After a struggle, he gets to half guard. Halfway into the second round now, throws a few weak-looking lunges, decides his next move, as Miletic tries to move from half guard to full guard, but Sakuraba doesn't allow it. Throws some small strikes, but it's clear just starting to take a moment to think and catch his breath. Tries to move from half guard to full guard, but Sakuraba doesn't allow it. In half guard, Sakuraba throws a couple of punches down to keep Miletic guessing. As a minute left in the fight now, throws a few strikes, but it's clearly slowing things down again, so catches breath. Tries to move him, but Sakuraba doesn't allow it. Pounds away, but Miletic just isn't troubled by them, and that's the end. So Sakuraba wins a unanimous decision. Just kind of laid and prayed his way into that one. That was all Sakuraba. Yeah. What a win. That's, you could say that's the size advantage for Sakuraba getting the win there. But 12-4-1 in 1 no contest. Miletic now 27-6-2. As, hell yeah. He's got a semifinal spot in the Middleweight Grand Prix. Is rated decent. Hell yeah. And now we'll see who takes on Sakuraba. As it is Chuck the Iceman Liddell taking on Nate the Great Marcotte. As 11-3, 13-3 is our records. Hawaii Kimbo style, obviously from the pit, from Chuck Liddell. Mixed martial arts style of Marcotte. AMC Pankerington is obviously representing Nate Marcotte. Plus 350, minus 500, 6'2", 225, 6'1", 200. 33 years old is Chuck Liddell. 24 years old is Nate the Great Marcotte. As we'll see what happens. Our referee, Steve Mazzagotti, Herb Dean gave him a break, and now Mazzagotti has got to go back out there. Our judges, as Marcotte's going to take, 25 pounds given up. As God, can you imagine what it would have been like Chuck Liddell and fucking poor old fucking Miletic? 180 plus, minus, taking on 225, that would have been tough. But, so unsurprisingly, getting a loud ovation is Chuck Liddell, obviously from San Luis, California. As round 1 begins, they touch gloves, moving forward constantly. Liddell is pressuring Marcotte. Marcotte throws a counter left but doesn't connect. Liddell throws a 2-punch combo, but Marcotte avoids both of them. Throws a punch, but Marcotte was equal to it. Seizing the opportunity, Marcotte clinches. Marcotte hits Liddell with a knee strike to the body as they grapple. As Marcotte tries to wrestle Liddell backwards and up against the ropes. He can't move Liddell at all, though, and he finds himself being out-wrestled. Liddell looks for a trip takedown. Liddell can't get Marcotte down to the ground. As clinch with Marcotte now, Liddell looks to try and take him down. As it doesn't work, Marcotte defended it against him. As Liddell gets out-wrestled, and Marcotte takes control of the grapple. As he gets covered with a knee strike to the body as they grapple, wrestles himself in a dominant position in the grapple. The grappling doesn't last long as they soon break away from each other. Marcotte hits a jab but had no power at all behind it. Liddell throws a quick punch but doesn't hit it. Forces an exchange of strikes. Marcotte throws a counter left but doesn't connect. A 1-2 from Liddell fails to land. Marcotte steps in to strike. Marcotte is off target with a left jab, but about lands a head kick. He lands a nice right hook. Comes in on Marcotte, looking to unleash some strikes. He uses a brace of left jabs while backing away, doing no damage at all. Throws a punch, but Marcotte was equal to it. For the first time, Liddell is starting to breathe a little heavier now. He can't connect with the jab, and then catches Marcotte with a crunching right hook. He lets Marcotte step in and engage. Hits a kick to the lead leg. Hits a wicked right uppercut. Oh, fucking wicked. You're fucking wicked, bro. And Marcotte is out. It is all over. Chuck Liddell knocks him out with the right uppercut. There's been a lot of uppercuts, especially landed in knockouts. As now Chuck Liddell, Kazushi Sakuraba, it takes place in our main event. Fuck yes, the dream main event that we wanted for this show. As Liddell advances and is rated good. Fuck yeah. What a card this has been. As no interview, no nothing. We're just going straight away to our next fight. Pete Williams, the monster, Kevin Random, 11-6, 18-15 rather. Submission wrestling background from Pete Williams. Wrestling background, of course, from Kevin Randleman. Lionsden, Hammer House, -120 for Kevin Randleman. +100 for Pete Williams. Pete Williams, 6'3", towering over poor Kevin Randleman at 5'10". As both 235. Our referee, Herb Dean. Judges at ringside. We are underway. Two combatants meet in the center. They start to strike. There's a flurry of activity, but neither fighter is able to land a telling strike. He misses with the jab. It doesn't find the mark with the right hook. Randleman misses the right hand. They come together and strike. Randleman misses the right cross that leaves him open for the counter, which Williams attacks with a jab and a quick leg kick to the lead leg. A jab is wide from Randleman. Then he lands a nice straight right hand that landed hard. They come together and start wrestling in the over-under clinch position. He aggressively gets the dominant position as Randleman looks to scoop his opponent up for a slam, but Pete Williams defends it well, though, and slips away from Kevin Randleman, showing great speed. Kevin Randleman shoots in on Williams. He almost got away, but not quite, though, as he's left hopping with Randleman, has a hold of one leg, uses his position to drive Williams up against the ropes. He's looking to try and maintain control via his wrestling skills, but Williams works enough space so they can pull and circle out, as both fighters come together and strike. Williams is off target with a jab, but lands a right hook. Connects clean with the right hand. They come together, this Kevin Randleman, as he lands a left hook. And lands a wicked fucking right head kick, bro. And he knocks him out. Kevin Randleman is down and out. Another fucking knockout. As Pete Williams takes the win with the fucking high kick. Jesus Christ, what a card this has been. A knockout win. Pete Williams gives a name check to everyone at Lionsden, all the various sponsors, then his friends, family, supporters. That's a great win for Pete Williams. Pete Williams might find himself in a heavyweight title fight in the near future with that one. He says that he's really happy with the finish. He knew as soon as it landed it was a fight ended for sure. As our co-main event, Texas Crazy Horse Heath Herring taking on Mark the Hammer Coleman. 18-4, 11-6. As another Texas-Ohio battle is Amarillo, Texas for Heath Herring taking on Mark Coleman. As from Columbus, of course, is 25 years old. Heath Herring, 6'4", 245. 38 years old. Mark Coleman at 6'1", 245. Golden Glory Hammer House wrestling backgrounds for both men, but a -580, +460. Both men weighed in at 245. Referee Herb Dean, our referee. Round one begins to come together and clinch. Herring seems to get the advantage there. He's trying to muscle Coleman up against the ropes. He does so, now he's stuck up against the ropes. Pins him up against the ropes. Remains there for the next minute or so, doing little other than the occasional short punches. As he's controlled up against the ropes, eats a strip right to the ear. That's tough. As Herb Dean breaks up quickly now, 2 minutes in, and we already had a break. Up close to start wrestling. Herring gets the dominant position. Again, look at the muscle up against the ropes. But he can't do it, though. This time, Coleman gets a more dominant position in the grapple. And now he's looking at his wrestling skills to take him down, but Herring defended it well. Trying to push him up against the ropes. As it looked like he was about to shoot this Heath Herring, but Coleman stepped in and fast and started to clinch. As he gets it. He gets a belly-to-belly takedown. That's Mark Coleman on the takedown. 1 for 2 on takedowns for Mark Coleman. And now Heath Herring's got a pull guard from the bottom. Coleman tries to pound on Herring, but all the blows are completely dealt with. He tries to transition to full guard, but he can't manage it. Punches down at Herring, but they're easily taken on the gloves. Pounds away, but Herring calmly deals with him. Tries to get to full guard now, but Coleman doesn't get anywhere with it. Throws a few strikes, but it's clear, slowing things down so he can catch his breath. As we have Herring tries to move from half guard to full guard, but Coleman doesn't allow it. Coleman throws some small strikes, but is clearly just taking a moment to catch his breath. As Coleman blocks Herring as he tries to transition to full guard, pounds away with rights, but fails to land anything significant. Herring tries to move from half guard to full guard, but Coleman doesn't allow it. As with no progress being made, referee Herb Dean stands him back up. Two fighters stand and trade strikes, neither lands a significant blow in the exchange. They clinch up and start jockeying for position. As Herring aggressively gets a dominant position, looking to muscle Coleman back up against the ropes. He does so now as Coleman pinned. As Coleman uses wrestling skills to prevent Herring from attacking with dirty boxing. Showing his ability to control opponents, Herring simply smothers Coleman up against the ropes. As the next for 30 seconds, Jesus best at 60, is posturing and throwing occasional short-range punches to the body. As Herring is trying to smother Coleman against the ropes with wrestling skills, but he reverses it and pushes Herring up against the ropes. Instead, unable to get free, Herring is smothered up against the ropes. The grueling grappling contest continues until the bell, with both fighters looking to avoid leaving any openings as round one ends, rather. We'll look at the fight metrics. As it is, Mark Coleman has the strikes, he has the takedown. You might have given that to Mark Coleman. It's pretty close. I think we're going to have to see this second round really to see who's going to get a unanimous decision. It might be a split decision win for Mark Coleman at this point. As final round, 5 minutes left in the fight. They come together, get close, start wrestling for position. Herring manages to aggressively get a good position in the clinch. Herring is trying to push Coleman so that his back is up against the ropes. He ends up backed up against the ropes. It isn't a pretty tactic, but Herring is wearing Coleman down by keeping him trapped up against the ropes, forcing him to carry a lot of weight. He's remaining there for the next minute, posturing and throwing occasional short-range punches to the body. As Coleman wrestles back against Herring, turning him around so he can now have his back to the ropes. As a good control, Coleman keeps Herring stuck against the ropes. Occasional short punches, all that happen in the next 60 seconds, as the two fighters continue to be pressed up against tight, as referee Herb Dean separates them. Coleman is slowing down just a little as he starts to get into the gas tank. They come together and clinch. Coleman's the aggressor, trying to push Herring so that his back is up against the ropes. He can't move Herring, though, as he finds himself being out-wrestled. Using his wrestling skills, Herring is trying to push him up against the ropes. He can't do it, as he ends up being out-wrestled in the grapple. Final minute left in the fight. As Coleman is looking to muscle Herring up against the ropes, he does so. As Coleman keeps him stuck there, as they remain there for the rest of the round, hitting each other with short punches. Fight metrics, 19-16. Still, Coleman has the advantage from the strikes. Yeah, I'm going to give that to Mark Coleman. We'll see if the judges agree. We have Nelson Hamilton gives it to Herring. Price gives it to Coleman. And we have the last one to Mark Coleman. Mark Coleman wins by split decision. I agree with that. It was rated very poorly. Yeah, that was a stinker for sure. That's what happens sometimes. You get two wrestlers. They put on a shit show. Not a good co-main event. That sucks, because this card has been fantastic, as Mark Coleman gives a name check to everyone at Hammer House, all of his various sponsors, and the fans, family, supporters. He says he knows that the result is a shock, but it shows what can happen when you believe in yourself. Main event time. It is the Gracie under Kazushi Sakuraba taking on Chuck the Iceman Liddell. Winner of this takes on Quentin Rampage Jackson. It's looking like it's going to be Chuck Liddell and Quentin Rampage Jackson, which is, obviously they fought in real life in Pride, so that's going to be fun. As 35 years old, Sakuraba, 33 years old, Chuck Liddell. He's got the weight advantage and the height advantage, and he's got the betting odds advantage. Minus 500, the Pit versus Takada Dojo, the main event, Hawaii Kembo style versus catch wrestling style. 12-4-1, one no contest. 12-13, so 12-3 rather, as still kind of pretty close fucking records. As Steve Mazzagotti has been reffing all fucking night, him and Herb Dean. As there's a roar of the crowd, as again Chuck Liddell enters the arena for this finals, as they touch gloves. Sakuraba clearly respects his opponent's striking. He's very aware about getting in close to grapple. He fails to find home his jab, but he scores a right cross that landed hard. A defensive jab hits from Sakuraba. He lands a left hand, then scores the right cross that lands hard. He can't connect with the jab, and then hits Sakuraba with the beauty of a straight right. Hits a left hand, follows the leg kick, misses the following leg kick. As he fails to find home his jab, and then catches Sakuraba with a crunching right hook. Lands a left hand, but Sakuraba dodges the leg kick that follows. For the first time, Liddell's starting to breathe a little heavier, as he can't connect with the left jab, and he hits Sakuraba with that beauty of a right uppercut, and he knocks him out again with the right uppercut, a second knockout from the uppercut from Chuck Liddell, as I think the third uppercut finish of the night. What a win for Chuck Liddell. He won, as he only fought for like 8 minutes tonight, as he gets both knockouts by uppercuts. He has punched his ticket to take on Quentin Rampage Jackson, as he's now 13-3. Poor Sakuraba's 12-5-1 with one no contest. At least he got the win over Miletich. What a fucking performance. What a card. As giving thanks, Chuck Liddell praised his team at the Pit, his various sponsors, and it's the fans who came out to support an interviewer asked who he'd be interested in fighting next. He reiterates that Vitor Belfort is a fight he really wants. As we'll have to wait and see when that happens, but it's good in these interviews and knows how to sell himself well. Way to go, Chuck Liddell. Critical rating of 75, commercial rating of 82. They had 2,000 people in attendance. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Those 2,000 people got a fucking show and a half. 5 knockouts, plus the TKO. You have 6. I mean, Jesus. If it wasn't for Coleman and Herrick, this would have been like in the 80s for sure. Maybe even higher than that. Our broadcasting team of Joe Rogan, Boss Rutan, and Steven Quattros. What a fun. We decreased our pop in Japan with that one. Well, we increased our pop everywhere else. Hell yeah, Chuck Liddell won the fight of the night. Pete Williams won the KO with the head kick. Fuck yeah. As we made a little money. We didn't make a lot of money. We made a little. That's what happens when we have Sakuraba on the card. He almost made basically, we had $1 million right there with Sakuraba and Liddell. You had $130,000 for Coleman. Poor Lyoto Machida made $220. That was tough. That was tough. But, the American Bushido card, I would say it's a success, even though we lost popularity in Japan. We gained a lot of pop in America. It was a fun card. It's a fun change of pace, for sure. As we got a lot of people in also Brawl, and our contractors. Alan goes injured, broken nose. That's for sure. I want to look and see where Alan goes is at. Yeah, he's lost 4, technically the draw. Yeah, we're going to send him down. We're going to send him down the rings. Might as well, Let's see what he can do down there. 6-6-3, 3-5-2, and Pride. Yeah, that's probably the best. So the Middleweight Grand Prix is set. Hopefully we can see where we're at as far as what we can do. As absences, middleweight. So Chuck Liddell, 41 days, so he's not going to be able to do it. And where's Rampage at? I think Rampage, yeah, he's good to go. Damn. He'll be able to do Shockwave. Yeah, we can do it on Shockwave, I guess. We'll have to rename this, call it something else. It's no big deal. And we'll just start off the year in 2004 with either Rampage and fucking Silva, or we're going to do Liddell and Silva. So that's going to be 2 awesome potential fights for sure. That's, going to happen better, fucking actual middleweight, Grand Prix. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. As, that will do it for this episode. What a fun show that was. As we will catch you guys next Monday for whatever card this is. Whatever we're going to name it, whatever we're going to do. This is not going to be, obviously, the Middleweight 2003 Grand Prix Finals. It's just going to be some Pride FC show. How fun. Take care, everyone.